Okay, so Wuthering Waves recently dropped a ton of new information for version 2.1 talking about Phoebe and giving us a little bit of a showcase of her character. Now obviously this came in the form of a combat showcase and also in a resonator showcase, which I actually reacted to over on my second channel. Again, it was absolutely amazing, but it's building up a lot of hype for a new character coming to Rinascita. But what a lot of people want to know is actually how well the previous characters have actually performed, especially in Rinascita, and also how they compare to some of the characters that we've seen in some of the earlier versions, for example like Changli, Jinshi, Shorekeeper, some of these characters which have performed very, very well in the past, and whether version 2.1 can actually one-up this, or whether, you know, it is still kind of lagging a little bit behind. So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at a little bit of data I found and kind of talking about why this is actually the case and what, you know, version 2.1 characters could look like on this kind of chart, and how Wuthering Waves is doing with their character design overall. But before I get into this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you guys do enjoy it, and also give themselves use my code KAZA, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff. They've got an event going on at the moment. I definitely recommend checking it out because again, it looks really, really cool. And yeah, just use my code KAZA and you get 10% off straight away. But let's get back into the video. So this was the post that actually came up on my feed, and it was the WuWa Tracker most pulled characters and weapons February. So obviously I looked at this a couple of weeks ago in a previous video talking about the Carlotta sales, and pretty much this is giving us a new update to some of the banner sales in February and the additions that people have made, because if you don't know, this is entirely based on WuWa Tracker. WuWa Tracker is a website where pretty much people can track stuff, for example, how well their pulls are doing. I'm pretty sure you can also do some other stuff as well, which means that a lot of this data is only taken off of these users and it's not taken anywhere else. So this isn't the be all and end all of data whenever it comes to Wuthering Waves, but it does give us a very good idea at, you know, which character is most popular, and what it definitely seems like a lot has changed. So let's just start from the top here. Obviously, you know, Camellia is actually at the top at 106,325 pulls, and that's gone up by 4,000. Now you might be wondering, why is that the case? Why has this happened? Well, this is because more people are reporting their stuff on the WuWa Tracker website, even if she doesn't have a banner out, which means it's going up. So all of these characters are going to have a slight increase, whether it's small or big. Now, obviously, you know, as you can see here, if we look at the previous one, Shorekeeper was actually at the top at 94,000 last time, meaning that it has gone up pretty significantly, and that Shorekeeper has actually been knocked off on the top spot. Now, it does seem like a lot of people do have Camellia. I mean, if you literally ask a lot of the Wuthering Waves creators out there, most of them do have Camellia because she's a great character, does a lot of damage, and is really easy to use, which again, and also that paired alongside a really excellent character design in the story. I think a lot of people are really hyped for her whenever she came out, so it kind of makes sense that she is here, but I am kind of surprised that Shorekeeper has been knocked off of the top spot, seeing as how useful Shorekeeper is in rotations. But again, Shorekeeper is in second place, only behind by about 2,000, which yeah, again, is to be expected. She's one of the best supports, or if not the best support in the game at the moment. A lot of people that, you know, didn't pull her whenever she came out are definitely missing out. I managed to pull her. I wasn't too sure about pulling her at first, but I'm sure glad I did, because again, it does really help with rotations, getting damage off, and just getting a lot of buffs on, because again, Shorekeeper is such a great character. Then in third place, we actually do have Jinshi. Obviously, Jinshi was on the second phase of the banner for Rocha. It is kind of surprising that it's only gone up by about 4,000. It says it's gone up by 4,000 here. Jinshi was at 83,000 last time, so actually it has gone up by a little bit more than that. It's more about like 10,000-ish, which again is great to see, and she's gone up one place, which was to be expected, obviously, because a lot of PS5 players were coming over and actually pulling for her on the rerun banner, and also just people that missed out because she is such an amazing character too. She deals a lot of damage, and a lot of people really like that. So again, she is definitely going to still be viable in teams for a very, very long time to come, which means a lot of people, you know, felt comfortable with investing in her. So that's great to see. Now, obviously, Changli has been kind of knocked off on the top spot here. It's gone down by one place, but it's only gone up by about 260, which to be fair, I think it's fine. Obviously, we haven't seen Changli in a while. She is getting her rerun soon. So whenever that rerun happens, maybe we will see Changli actually rise up on this chart a little bit, which I think is totally fine. Obviously, she used to be in third place here at 91,000. She is now at 93,000 in fourth place. Then in fifth place, we actually have Carlotta. This kind of surprised me because I thought she was actually a really, really great character. Obviously, this has been gone up by 5,745, which is great to see. Obviously, you know, she was at, what, 67,000 last time. So it is a pretty big increase, but I am surprised that she isn't much higher because, again, she does a ton of damage. A ton of people really liked her character design. Me personally, I really liked her, but maybe that is a little bit of personal bias. And then obviously in sixth place, we've got Yinlin. Again, pretty good sub DPS. She's only gone up by 500 because, yeah, it hasn't had a rerun in a little bit. It's not been too long, but again, for some of the characters that have a rerun sooner, kind of have a higher kind of like pull ratage, which again is fine. And then obviously we got Jeja in 7th place, which is just behind, and it's actually gone up by 2,000. Obviously this has probably helped with the Carlotta banner. She actually featured as a rerun because she is one of Carlotta's best supports, and I've been having a ton of fun using her as well because I was one of the ones that actually pulled her for Carlotta. So again, that's great to see. And then finally we have some of the leftover characters, which again sucks, is Jian, which again Jian is at 47,000 pulls, which again kind of surprised me because he is such a powerful character. He was at 45,000 last time, so he's gone up by about 2,000, which I think is fine. And honestly, you know, I do think he is a pretty good character. I mean, he's not too far behind Jeja, to be fair. I mean, he's only about 20,000 behind, but it is kind of surprising that he is this low. A lot of people would say it's because he's a male character, but I don't think that's the case. I feel like a lot of this was because a lot of people were saving up for Yinlin at the time whenever, you know, Wuthering Waves first came out. But I'm surprised he is this low down. And then also we got in 9th place is Rocha, the new character, which also surprised me a little bit because it seemed like tons of people were really hyped for her. Now, obviously, this is probably because the data is so new. I'm sure she is going to go up in this kind of chart later on as more people pull it. And obviously, this is only based off of WuWa Tracker. So tons more people that haven't played on WuWa Tracker or haven't done any of that kind of stuff, you know, might actually boost that number up for her. It seems like she's at 12,000 at the moment, but I'm pretty sure this is going to go up in the future. Again, I wouldn't like take this as the be all and end all, but it does seem like Rocha hasn't performed as well as maybe some people would have hoped of, but I thought she was a pretty decent character. Now, obviously, it's probably due to a lot of her nicheness in terms of like usages. So obviously, she was a really good support for Camellia and stuff like that. And obviously, some people just don't like pulling for support characters. Some people don't have Camellia, so just didn't, you know, feel the need to pull her. Obviously, she does have other uses as well, but a lot of people do just see her as that. So again, maybe some people just didn't really vibe with that. And that's the same with me. I didn't really pull on it. I didn't really care too much about her, but it seems like 12,000 people still did pull on her, which is great. And obviously, you know, hopefully we can see it go up in the future. And then obviously at 10th place, we've got Zhang Liao with 8,000, which is to be expected, obviously, because he was given away for free. So a lot less people, you know, will want to pull. Obviously, you know, the Red Spring is still at the top here, and all of the weapons are still in the same place that they were last time, which again, was to be expected, and I feel like this is totally normal. Now, where will Phoebe actually fit into this chart, and maybe even Brant fit into this chart? I think that honestly, Phoebe might actually be a little bit higher up. I feel like she might be somewhere around the Carlotta kind of place. I don't think she's that popular to the point where she's going to be absolutely breaking this kind of leaderboard. I feel like she is going to be somewhere in the middle, maybe like a 5th place or a 6th place. We'll have to expect her to be there. The same with Brant as well. I feel like Brant might be around the same place as well. I don't expect any of these to kind of, you know, outperform any of these characters, but maybe I could be proven wrong. Obviously, I thought Carlotta was a pretty popular character, and even she's still in 5th place. So I have to wait and see what Phoebe actually does in the future. Maybe, you know, she does get hailed as this absolutely insane character, which might shock a lot of players, and then people might actually start pulling for her. But it's going to be very interesting to see what the report is over in March. And honestly, I just really like these screenshots. I honestly like looking through these like graphic things and seeing how well these characters were pulled just based off of data off of WuWa Tracker. And yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Do you think that your main or that your character that you like did well in this chart, or are you unfortunately one of the ones that are down here with Jian, Rocha, or Zhang Liao, who is very, very low down? But honestly, they're still all great characters. Obviously, Zhang Liao still gets used a ton in, you know, places like Tower University. Same with Jian. Rocha is still an amazing character as well, despite only having 12,000 pulls, which again, I think is totally fine. And I say pulls, I mean like, you know, she came home pulls, not just like pulling on her. Yeah, honestly, this is just a ton of fun, and I hope you guys do enjoy this kind of stuff. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think again. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy it, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and also go to Game Subs, use my code Kazza, get 10% off. Again, ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.